So that is really good. He should, if he get out some broodlords to deal with the marines and the turrets, basically. But a group of marines here for SeleCT going to move down here, but all the Empirehobot has is 3 spine crawlers and a queen, so when these marines stim, and even with 2 Manuex they can take out this expansion so quickly, and not even in range of that last spine crawler, so very unfortunate for Empirehobot, but going to move on some Zerglings in here, and all his murders going to swoop in here, and even some reinforcing banelings going to kill off that entire marine ball. And we can see the +2 for the Mutas is coming in, the attack +2. Mutas just flying in here, and SeleCT can see him because they're on the high ground, so he could have sniped those 2 supply depots, I think, and maybe causing SeleCT to be supply blocked. But Marine steaming here, trying to pick off those Mutas, not getting off one shot, and SeleCT's just staying there because he saw all those banelings and Zerglings morphing in. And I'm curious to see what Hobot is going to managing to pick up 2 tanks there, but as I was saying, I'm so curious what he's going to do with his hive tech. Like, is he going to go for Ultralisks or Broodlords? But there came the answer. He's upgrading his Spire into a Grey Spire, so probably going to... no, he is going to get Broodlords, I think, because he's also producing a bunch of Corruptors. But we have +3 attack coming up for the Terran infantry, so... the Mutas will just melt away yet so much quicker when these Marines are fully upgraded. But you have a fun growth, yeah, nice fun growth, and just this Marine ball will just melt away for that. And non-Marines remaining, and SeleCT says is lagging, so he paused the game there. That's what these comments are all about. And Mutas swooping in from behind, going to harass these mules and killing off the 1 mule immediately as it spawned there. So really good play there from Empirehobot, killing off a mule. We can see his Grey Spires just now finishing, and he can even snipe this FCV off guard, but no, those Marines are going to intercept him. But taking out a bunch of Marines, flying in here to a missed turret, not a good thing to do if you have 6 Mutas. 1 more Mutas taken out, so he's down to 5 Mutas, but now producing a lot of Broodlords and a lot of Corruptors, so nothing... not bad macro from Hobot, but yet again, as in the last game, he has no gas whatsoever. I don't know why he is so low on gas in every game he plays. To me, that is surreal, but a bunch of Marines going to run in here and just snipe the hatchery and move out again. So locking down this base yet again. That is real good play from SeleCT. And that is basically what he needs to do that right now. Prevent the Zerg player from mining. But the Marines getting fungal growth, and the Zerglings and banelings are just rolling in and melting away the Terran armor so quickly, but letting this, allowing that siege tank to siege and get off 1 shot. Now the Broodlords have spawned and sending in Broodlings, and Broodlings are just so good because they don't cost any money in their spawn so fast, and they do a ton of damage if you if they go unchecked. And since there's so many, it takes a lot of shots to shoot them all, even if they're so tiny and fragile. And the Terran player doesn't have much as now. He only has 23 Marines and 6 siege tanks and 4 Vikings to the Zergs, 4 Broodlords, 3 Infestors and 19 Banelings, and also 28 Zerglings to clean up the remainings of the Terran army. But both our players are just pushing back and forth in the middle here. I'm surprised no one's getting the SeleCT tower. As I said it, they did it, so... but nice fungal growth on those Vikings. They're going to melt away through all these infest Terrans when they spawn. You see 1 Viking... oh, 1 Viking died, and is the 2nd Viking going to die? Anyways, more Corruptors spawning. Going to reinforce this, and the Marine count is just getting smaller and smaller because of all those Banelings. But Marines trying to secure that watchtower, and these infested could have got out and fungal growth on those Marines, but they weren't able to. Now in even a Thor on the field for SeleCT, going to absorb a lot of the damage from all these units. Thors are really good actually, but they're vulnerable to the Broodlords, but thankfully for SeleCT, Hobot doesn't have too many Broodlords. But SeleCT's doing a nice job harassing at this location actually, but it's almost mined out, but it's still doing a great job and keeping this from mining. Oh, and a misplaced hatchery for Hobot. It should cancel this to put it closer, because lost mining time is lost mining time, and if this game goes to a long-term macro game again, that could play a huge deal. But nice fungal growth on both on the Vikings and on the Marines, and the Infestor going to run here and take some damage, but so that the other Infestor can fungal growth, and he really should attack with his Broodlords as well, these Corruptors, but he's afraid of the Vikings. The Corruptors should definitely take those down. And nice, what do you call it, fungal growth. Wow, my tongue is just hurting from all this talking, and also I'm a bit tired, so my tongue hasn't really woken up yet. But then Sacrificial Overlord are going to scout here and see what the Terran is doing, and SeleCT's doing a great job pushing forward here and managing to get out a nice army, and even at Harvester count with the Zerg, even if the Zerg is on 5 base and the Terran is only on 3 base, so doing great job there. But nice fungal growth yet again from Hobot, and just doing great with his Infestors, and then swooping in with his Broodlords to take out the Thors. But the Thors are just getting so many, and he's just mass producing Thors. Take a look at the production tab. He's also going to get a +3 armor for the Marines, making the Marines so good, and they also have the combat shield, so probably going to use Marines a lot here, and also getting the +3 armor for the Thors, and no, the weapons, excuse me. So the Zerg is definitely in a lot of trouble here, trying to hold off the Terran, who's doing a great job in this game, actually pushing the Zerg back, and Empirehobot is not managing to get the right unit composition at all, and he has no mining going on right now, so but yet again transitioning into Ultralisks, which isn't maybe the perfect choice, I think. But yeah, it does splash damage to all those Marines, but if the Marines stim and they have +3 upgrade and all those medivacs, the Ultras just blast away so quickly, and especially the splash damage of the siege tank, and the Thors just absorbing a lot of damage. Let's see here, 3 Ultras swooping in, and no, they're just going to chill back here and totally give up this expansion. And oh, a lot of drones transferred. This could spell disaster for Hobot, giving away that he has an expansion down here. This was what was keeping him in the game, so the game could definitely end here if SeleCT managing to take this expansion out, but he's going to drop in the mineral, and should definitely have to get his overlords over here. But what is Empirehobot doing? He's being careless, really. But now 2 Ultras coming in, and they can't move through the mineral patches too quickly because they're so large, so Marines can all scoot down out there with the medivacs, and probably going to harass down here, but there's not much mining going on here, so it doesn't matter. But it's the important infestation pit and greater spire here for Empirehobot, so if he loses this, he could very well lose the game. But one medevac going down there with like 3 Marines, but the rest were loaded into this medevacs and going to safely escape out of there. But he managed to snipe that important greater spire, so doing a great job harassing here yet again, SeleCT. And also taking out this expansion as well, for like the 4th time or so. Medevac tried to scoot in here to try take out this expansion, but was denied by these 3 units. So it's looking great for SeleCT right now. Even going to take out some overlords here for Hobot, and Hobot basically has no mining going on because he's so oversaturated here. And I'm surprised why he hasn't grabbed this expansion here, because he has a drone here. Who's probably going to take this as soon as he has 300 minerals, but no, this drone's just chilling. Now he's moving up and probably going to take that expansion. Yes, he is, and rarely will you see a Zerg secure this expansion. Usually it will be a Terran just flying in command center in here, and or an orbital command or something, but he's managing to grab that. And in the Ultra camera we can see the +2 armor for the Ultralisks is being upgraded. So definitely going to stick with the Ultras, which are so resource heavy, resource draining units really. And this is not what he needs right now. He needs roaches to pick off all these Thors, I think, or Broodlords or something. But the big question is how to deal with all those Marines, and he has an answer for that, and that is fungal growth on both the Marines and Medivacs. But there's just so many Marines, and the drones seem to pull off line here, and if he loses this expansion he will probably lose the game. So SeleCT going to push in here, and Infested spawning and dying, but managed to get out 2 Infested Terrans, and the expansion has gone down, and Brutus didn't do squat to this Marine ball, and getting healed so very well by the Siege Tank, and even Thors and Siege Tank killing off these lonely Ultralisks here, and he has a lot of resources but not much production going on here actually, and he spent all his resources on Ultras, and there's going to GG out of the game when he lost these expansions, because he has no mining going on, no drones up here. If you take a look at the units type, he has only 13 drones to select 65 drones and 11 mules, so definitely a good game from SeleCT, going to equal out the score in this match series to 1-1, and we're going to go on to the third and final game, so I'll see you guys then.